What up?
Dude, I need you to tell me, is Lightning Strike actually nerfed by that Hydrosphere change? My goodness.
No. You never actually hit Hydrosphere with Lightning Strike.
I thought you did with the extra strikes. And
Nah,
then the
the
Lightning
extra
Strike straight
strikes
on.
never targeted it.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah,
Just trying to
Lightning Strike is completely untouched. Actually, it just got a little bit of a buff because of the mark change. So the mark is gonna be able to like enable the ring, and you're gonna be able to have like a mark on hit way earlier now.
I thought you told me once that the Lightning Strike got a lot of its damage, like 40% of its damage or something like that from it, like hitting near the Hydrosphere
Like you
stuff.
can make it do that with melee splash, but then you lose a support gem. It's kind of
Right.
annoying, honestly.
Because it didn't really get hit. Okay, that's
No,
interesting.
no. So like this patch, my Lightning Strike Raider didn't use mini splash, and what you do is like it's like old ancestral call. So you hit the floor, and you get the projectiles shooting at him, and then the additional strike also hits him. So you basically deal like double damage by with good positioning.
So what actually got hit by the Hydrosphere nerf? Because like I know I'm like memeing it up in chat, but like as
Ice shot.
TS, you didn't really get any damage from it unless you were playing the SQ Cloudy special using the fucking mark where it blows up all over the screen.
Yeah, I would say ice
Um,
shot. So my ice shot build kind of built around it. Like considering that like what I would do is I would do instead of barrage, I would do ice shot, right? So then I would place the hydrosphere in front of the boss, and then the explosions would hit the boss, and
mm,
then also chain to him. But it doesn't matter because barrage did the same amount of damage. It's except the only reason why I didn't use barrage is because I didn't want to convert the extra 50%.
mm, right, yeah. Can you not use barrage with dice shot? I thought that was like the meta
God
now
created
anyway.
the fish.
Yeah, but then you have to use gloves to convert, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to use frenzy charge conversion, frenzy charge implicit gloves.
Understandable, yeah. So I shot and it's Winter obviously is fucking dead. Holy shit, that
That's
skill like
true. I
really.
Winter Mines is completely dead. I think they nerfed every single Path of Math build because
God created the fish.
he's practicing March of the Legion builds, and his other build is fucking I Winter. Oh no,
Oh no, and
poor
I think he was
Matt.
also Fizz Trapper maybe
Yeah, Fist
as well.
Trapper,
Okay,
March of the Legion. That's what he was playing. Oh
yeah,
no.
that's pretty rough. I think yeah, I think Fizz Trapper we don't know how bad it is, but I kind of marked it off as that's probably a dead skill.
Oh
The way
no.
they're talking about it sounds a lot like Blade Vortex. Like it sounds like they're just nerfing the
Yeah.
shit out of it.
Also, a Big Seal just said the huge news. The 15% for Spectre is per corpse. What does that mean? Does that mean that it's gonna be guaranteed? Because there's how many corpses is there in a desecrate? There's like 10, no?
I'm pretty sure overall this is a pretty big nerf, no?
There's
Because you
10,
basically
yeah.
use.
No, no, it's not. So that means that you're gonna guarantee it anyways. It's still exactly the same. So DD is
Oh
not
shit.
nerfed. I mean, it's
Mm,
26%
is it?
nerf. It's 26% nerf, right? Because it got like yeah. I mean DD is still good. You can still recommend DD, I think, Grim. Unless they go into patch notes and say like,
I mean, I don't know. Okay, so like it's 15% per corpse. So I guess if you're just playing Ignite, then yeah, that's fine. But if you're playing the hit based build, which I've seen some hardcore guys play, then
yeah,
it's pretty fucking dead in the water, right? You lost a lot of your damage.
I guess. But not many people play the base build after Ignite. The Ignite is just so
Yeah.
much easier. Desecrate spawns 5, you can have 10 on the ground. But I think most people used the Spell Cascade as well, didn't they? With Desecrate.
Mm.
Or if you use Spell Cascade now, then you're pretty much guaranteed anyways. So can like the EA build is obviously very very strong. Hype like you can recommend it, but don't hype it up too much, okay?
I
Don't hype it
mean,
up
yeah, I
too
think
much. I'm gonna make a
okay.
video
So
about
like,
it like as soon when patch notes hit, or maybe I should make one before. I don't know. But anyway,
I think you
like
should definitely start making videos about it now. Not don't make the
okay.
guide until after, but you should definitely start talking about it. So it looks like Corrupting Fever is pretty much completely untouched, which is pretty fucking
Yeah,
sweet.
Corrupting Fever is
That one's a
untouched.
banger.
It is a banger, yeah.
Um, Poisonous Concoction. I'm pretty sure it didn't get nerfed at all.
Not at
Am I
all.
wrong? So that's going to be a fucking
That's a
banger.
good one, yeah.
Toxic Rain is kind of like okay, it's probably a
Slight
little bit
nerf.
nerfed.
Still okay.
Yeah. Basically anything Ignite related is probably a fucking banger.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I don't know. Like, it spells, yes. Like
like
like, cause
okay,
Ignite is not exactly in a fantastic place right now. The great thing about
mm,
Ignite, I think, is like things like Divine Ire, like can get like more damage per Ignite. I think actually Penance Brand Ignite is fucking cracked. 90% per energy is like insane.
yeah, but doesn't isn't that pretty hard to like gear it up like early on? As a league starter, I think that's easy, right?
Definitely not easy, no.
Yeah. I think probably the Ignite builds would probably be like Armageddon brand, Explosive Arrow, maybe
Yeah,
Flame Burst because it got buffed big on bosses, right? It's just the clear that got hurt.
yeah. The clear got destroyed, but on bosses it's still really nice. Well, the thing is, like, I think the Fireburst builds like only use Fireburst. I guess
That's
they
true.
do.
But I mean, I guess if you have Prolif, maybe it's okay. They did get a lot of damage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they use
Um,
Fan of Flames or. It's like I don't think people understand that ignites don't stack. People are. I already saw some people saying Fireburst dead. Like with Ignite Prolif every 1.5 seconds, like the clear is gonna feel like a little bit clunky, but it'll be fine.
yeah, I think it's gonna be okay. And I would think that probably wouldn't play Burning Arrow with those attack speed nerfs.
Burning
Probably just
arrows
play
not
explosive.
good. It's not good. 1.5
Yeah.
second versus 1 second is not fine. Are you playing hit based? Do you understand how Ignite works? Or you can't have more than one Ignite on a target, right? And Ignites usually last like typically anywhere between like 3 to 10 seconds, depending on how
I mean,
much
it's
skill
certainly gonna feel
effectuation you have.
worse because you can't modify that 1.5 seconds, right? Because oh wait, cooldown reduction works, no?
I think it does. It's terrible for
Yeah,
mapping.
because
I
like
mean, is it though? Because you have Ignite Prolif, right?
I think I just play Armageddon brand. Like it hits pretty much as hard as fucking Fireburst.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I think Armageddon brand, EA. Those are like the two Ignite builds. Maybe there's another one. Probably gonna make an Armageddon brand build now that they changed that. It's over 50% more damage.
Purifying Flame got Omega buffed. It's crazy how much he got buffed. Rolling Magma as well, like holy shit.
From a purifying flame, it's the fucking consecrated ground. You need to like have perma consecrated ground to feel like dog shit.
Well, it creates a shitload of ground.
Yeah, I don't know. When I played Cock, purifying flame, it like it doesn't have good AoE until you've like already hit the target. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, yeah, like you hit once and then it hits the second time and it just ripples through. Well, the thing is, no, like, because it sets consecrated ground as soon as it hits the ground, right? And then it ripples through that con ground.
Yeah, but
It's just that
I
the
don't know.
ripple wave is like a little bit slow. Probably is what you felt.
Yeah, I think so. What did you think of the
Fireball's
Orb of
cracked.
Storm change?
I think
That
Orb
could
of
potentially be a
Storms.
pretty big one.
I don't think it's good.
You think it's bad?
I mean, it's like sure, like you're gonna be able to put it down and cast stuff inside of it, but like you need extra links for that.
The idea of it is to bolster your single target now. So if you're playing something like Stormcall, you put down all the storms and then you Stormcall and it's like bang.
Yeah, but you have to use a staff for it to actually deal some damage.
I guess so. Yeah. Mm.
Because like otherwise you're gonna have it on 4 link, and it's kind of like mostly Orb of Storms has always been like a utility thing or a leveling thing. Like I used Orb of Storms to clear back in Synth League because I could just set it down and then Explode would just fucking destroy everything. But with
Yeah,
Explode
that's
being
good.
trash now and also them making it every like 3.5 seconds now, like man, like bad.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. I think overall, with the exception of probably Fizz Trapper and um, Detonate dead maybe. I mean, detonate is probably fine. So it's just Fizz Trapper that got assassinated and bow builds. Lol.
Well, I think bow builds are really not that bad. Like I think bow builds actually got buffed. The only problem right now is that I see like that the base damage is being offset by the by the support gems, which is a little bit weird, but I think we're gonna gain a lot of it through the quivers and stuff again. Having additional arrows is really nice. And we're gonna go
Did
back to
you
using barrage, so it's fine.
did you read the line where it said they've buffed bow bases by up to 50% more? Like, was I imagining that?
Yeah, like the base damage on bows. But
Yeah. So that
it
means
said
like,
up to, right? Like most of them got like 30%, 20,
but
20 to
like,
30%.
wait, what? They didn't show them, right? The bow bases?
It did.
Did they?
Yeah. Uh, it
The bow
was
bases. Oh, the base damage. I
the
thought they
base
meant like
damage,
the
yeah.
actual bow base, like thicker bow damage, like fizz damage.
No, no, no. They actually meant like
Mm,
the rolls,
okay,
local
yeah.
local
When I
added
saw,
damage mods.
yeah, those added damage mods is actually like if you use the like an awakened added cold, you actually lose damage. Like compared to like
You actually.
before. You do. If you take a look at the amount of damage you lose from five with
Oh,
added cold, and then
actually,
you see
they
two on cold,
destroyed Awaken at cold. Yeah.
it's got fucking annihilated. So it's not good. And then like yeah, I don't know. It's not what the I think they needed to add flat to all the skills, which is what I thought they were gonna do when I started reading. But then they didn't list any of the skills at all, so it's kind of like, ooh.
Yeah. I don't really like flat too much. I think this is basically just a bow to a buff to fizz bows. If I'm gonna be honest with you,
Mm, yeah. I mean,
because
certainly, I
the
suppose so.
quivers are definitely bigger, and then they got more base damage, and they don't need to be using added damage supports either.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That guy in the chat, Hefu, that's what I thought as well. I thought like, oh, they're gonna make thicker bows do 50% more damage, right? Or something like that. Because if you actually look at those numbers, the like the elemental damage ones, those aren't 50%, unless they're talking about the quiver ones. But they said bow.
I said up to. It's
Mm.
like when you go to a store and they're like up to 80% sales, and then like they have some like dirty ass rag in the side that's like 50%, 80% off, and then the rest is like 5% to 15%.
Yeah, I mean, with your bow build though, like even with your like insane gear, right? Like, did you feel like you were like gonna go in and smash Maven, like your lightning striker?
My lightning striker.
Well, your lightning striker, like I remember when you were on Shaper with like the yoke tech,
Yeah,
just fucking insta phase that guy.
yeah,
Like that's not what bows do.
that's true.
And now they're like kind of losing some tools, so it's kind of like,
That's true.
I don't know. Why not just play lightning strike at that
Because like
point
with
if you
the
like
but
lightning
the
strike?
thing is like with my fizz build, like right with Headhunter, it clears maps like twice or three times as well as my lightning striker because of the way that it scales with his auras and the way that
Mm.
projectiles also get like you get splitting buffs and the way that chain and fork works. It's like I don't know. But in
Yeah,
that
definitely
regard,
pretty
like
OP.
I loved playing my Fizzbow build over Lightning Strike. Like Lightning Strike, it definitely as an all rounder is just probably a lot better. But it's something that I'm like thinking to myself like, which one would I rather have as a build that I transition into? Um, it's hard to say because they're both pretty good. But if I was to go for like Fizz Lightning Strike, it would be very similar. It just wouldn't really get much use out of like yeah,
Yeah.
fork and chain and stuff. Lightning Strike is looking very good. Got the new Mark support gem, so that's really nice.
What do you think of Cold Dot? Like everyone's telling me this like fucking Wintertide brand's the best shit since sliced bread. Is this true? It didn't get changed at all in
It
the
didn't get
manifesto
it
from
didn't
what I
get
can see.
changed.
Doesn't that mean it's just behind Ignite and stuff like that? And they function very similarly?
Um, Yeah, I mean, it's like it's just less clunky and it's like a decent starter. It's always been like that, but people just didn't realize it. I know Quantric was like always pushing the Wintertide brand agenda, and then people I guess finally caught on. It's pretty
Okay.
decent. Like I think it's like 4 leagues. Quantric's been like Wintertide brands. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, Wintertide
So,
brands. POB
but
doesn't
it turned
calculate
into
it, right? Okay.
serious. Everyone's saying it sucks at like red maps.
I'm pretty sure it's just starter, right? Falls off.
Okay, so it's like not like CF. You can't get to like 10 mil. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure you can. Yeah, like when you compare it to CF, that's actually a pretty good comparison. Except for CF clears a lot better, right?
I wouldn't even. I would consider CF a pure mapping build. I wouldn't
Yeah,
ever like recommend that if you want to do a boss.
but you can get there. Like if you get good gear, then you're popping off, right? Like
Yeah, I mean, fair enough, but yeah, I guess. So I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to finish up my list here. So
uh,
you wouldn't recommend Fizz Trapper until we get the patch notes, but even then,
it's too
the,
uncertain now.
yeah, like what the fuck does that mean? Like the ratio of fault, like what even is that? That could mean anything.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's what's is gonna happen. Like the same thing as tornado shot. I mean, sorry, as toxic rain. So
Yeah, but Toxic Rain turned out fine.
yeah, yeah, I did, I suppose. But toxic rain was also like opportunity cost. I suppose.
Yeah, I think. What do you think about Miner? Like, I mean, it's basically like fucking playing an ADC in League of Legends or some shit. Like, you can't get hit, but do you think it's still viable?
What is that again? Sorry, come again.
Do you think Miner is still viable? Like the Kane Miner and stuff?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
actually,
Did it
yeah.
get nerfed?
I think it didn't get touched at all. Like
For sure.
specifically mine gems that already are built in mines. But like blast chain
Oh, right.
and high impact got touched. Because like
Yeah, isn't
he's
high
using,
impact is really important though.
but
Wait, it did get
he's
touched.
using icicle mines. Like
Oh, right. I
that's
see. I
like a
understand.
built-in mine, right? But whereas like people that need to use high impact and stuff, because that's where like they're like they buffed the spells by 60%, but to compensate for mines becoming just completely busted, they had to take down the support gems. But I think that I think they're still a buff, by the way,
Yeah,
because
right. Okay.
they took down like a little bit, but yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so I guess it looks pretty much like this from my perspective, like pending any others that pop up. But it looks like it's Corrupting Fever, Poisonous Concoction, Toxic Rain, Armageddon Brand, Explosive Arrow, Skeleton Mages, maybe Detonate Dead, Ignite, and Minor.
yep.
Am I missing anything?
Mm,
Maybe like Lightning
I mean,
Strike,
like
but I'm not.
you can say like spectral helix poison on occultist is pretty good.
I couldn't recommend that. I just couldn't put anyone through that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I know an occultist is pretty good, but like, I I honestly like I respect Jungron as a build creator, but I don't know how he's really pushing the assassin thing because I don't get like how are you gonna clear on that build? I guess like fucking Plague Bear is like okay, but gonna feel like shit.
I don't know, man. On hit poison, it's kind of yikes. I think we learned our lesson, maybe potentially somewhat in this league about that league start type.
Yeah,
You know,
I didn't enjoy
not
it
saying anything,
personally.
but you know,
I didn't personally enjoy it. Because I tested it as well. Like I tested it even occultist with Profane Bloom, right? Which obviously is supposed to be like it's occultist and Profane Bloom. And as soon as I put on my Plague Bear and I ran around, I was like, "Ugh," you know. But then it came off, and then I had to charge it, and it was just awful. It was just such a bad experience, and that's with Profane Bloom, right? So
I mean, why wouldn't you just play poisonous concoction instead of that? You don't need a weapon, and you can use a shield.
well, because the thing about claws is you get life gain on hit, claw nodes, you get the leech. It's so good. It's just like you're pretty much immortal as long as you're attacking.
Fair enough.
That feels very nice.
Is there any like standout thing, like maybe like ice trap? Is that like because people were playing that a while ago, and it was like people were saying it was okay. Now it's got mega buffed. Is it
Yeah,
fucking lit now?
maybe like lightning trap is gonna be okay, explosive trap also, but like it's not something that I would go out of my way to recommend to people because I don't have experience with it. And I thought it was shit back then. I didn't think the playstyle was good. I thought the map clear was bad. Um,
Hmm.
and I don't know. I mean, for a bossing only build, I could see myself playing it because you get pre-stack, but otherwise I wouldn't see myself playing it. The delay felt so bad. But it's the same reason why like I know people like seismic trap, but I don't play it myself.
I think they clear with exsanguinate trap, do they not?
That's true actually. Yeah, they do clear with Exang. So for them it's actually not that bad because it just Exang is really nice for clear. Open and change the whole thing. It's not like
Yeah.
area based. I think area based is kind of where like ice trap fell short for me as well for sure.
Wait, why did exsanguinate get did exsanguinate get nerfed? I'm not seeing it.
Rugog was playing without Exang. That doesn't like it doesn't mean anything though, right? You could say like, the Queen of England was playing it without support gems, and it wouldn't matter, right?
Do you want to talk about some like more endgame builds? Because like I'm curious what you think about cock.
I think Cock is in a bad place.
Like it was playable. Is it? I don't know if it's still playable.
I already thought Cock was bad, by the way. And you know that because you know how much I used to play Cock. I used to play like 2 or 3 Cock characters every league. I played Bull Cock every league. I'm in my Purifying
Mm.
Flame like Fire Cock build every league. And then they went ahead with the accuracy changes, which made it miserable. Then they nerfed Assassin to shit. I know Inquisitor is decent, but it's not Assassin. It's not charge stacking area Assassin. Let's be real. Like AOE power charge stacking Assassin was just so good. And then on top of that, then they added the mana changes, so now you're like hemorrhaging mana. And then now they added a less multiplier to it.
Oh, it's pretty bad. Yeah, it went from 29% more to 10% less.
Less.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's actually fucked.
But it's offset by the skills that it uses, unless you're using Cosprey. If you're using Cosprey, you're pretty fucked because the cooldown of that got pretty much almost doubled from 1.5 to 2.5.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. What's up with that?
Well, what's up with that is it's shit.
I mean, was that really necessary?
I didn't play with Cosprey generally. Because I always thought Cosprey, personally, I don't want to be like toxic, but I always thought Cosprey was like a noob trap. Like for using
Or
Cosprey for cock, it's like, what are you doing? Like, you can make
that's that
such good like items.
for oh my god. I've never seen the copium fucking definition harder than that. They nerfed the trigger rate, so CDR is now more impactful though. That's some hard cope right there. Oh no. I mean, to be fair though, if you were if you were playing the ice spear one shot everything in the game, Scion, it's probably still the same, no? Like probably still fucking pumps.
Yeah, with a lot of currency, and then also everything in the game one shots you as well.
That's very true. That is very true. Probably not gonna be
Ye-
playing that build then.
No,
Yeah, okay.
it's kind of
Well,
those like softcore builds where
goodbye
people are
cock.
like, "But do you see my damage though?" Like, and like we know that it's kind of like when you. It's like imagine you're a chef or something, and someone presents you a plate with a fuck ton of MSG in it, and you're like, "Yeah, it tastes good, but I know you're cheating." Like, and then when you actually like put it up against like an actual dish, it just falls apart.
Yeah.
That's how I would like to. I don't know. That's hating on MSG.
Yo, what's up with the soul mental nerf? That was not needed?
That's the soul mental nerf. It's not even good using it now.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
It's not
so
even.
bad.
It's not even good.
You have to build your whole character around it pretty much. Like what the fuck? And now it's like gimped.
The 7 link, but it's like a really big opportunity cost. Like way too big, I think.
I
Like you
mean,
need the
yeah.
Maven helmet, right, and a blue ring to even enable it, or double Kikazaru. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think you. mess with it with your skill tree and the
The
fucking
Pantheon.
whatever the Pantheon. But I don't know. It's pretty kicked in the nuts. Like I
Yeah.
would not recommend totems anymore. Maybe it's fine.
Aside for
Tell me
EA
about
totems.
ballistas. Like everyone's telling me the ballistas are like cracked out of their mind. Not just explosive arrow either.
Yeah, I mean they're really good, but I gotta be honest with you.
Hmm,
The Hydrosphere kind of hurts ballistas a lot as well.
that's rough. That is rough.
Like explosive arrow hit base, right? Um, was using Hydrosphere to get like double damage basically.
Right. Yeah, that's tough stuff.
You still chain off tornado? I don't think you can chain off tornado. You can?
I'm actually curious about that Havoc build. I never know if he's playing with support or not. Does he play with
Um,
support?
no, I looked at that build. It's pretty good, but it's just like it's kind of like very budget Deadeye build that uses ballistas to support the single target. It's not a ballista build.
Oh, so it's made of paper as well. That I'm assuming.
He has a lot of evasion, and the way that he describes it is a don't get hit build. So, I mean,
So it's
and
basically a
and like
minor.
Havoc is like mechanically gifted. Like the when you see him like level, you're like, how is he not dying? Like if it were me, I would die like 50 times, and he dies like four
Mm,
times.
okay.
He's really a skilled player.
So I think like a lot of these nerfs are pretty brutal if you're not playing a dedicated trap or mine build. No.
Well, it's offset by because if you look at like all the gems, like Purified Flame got a 50% increase. Like everything got like the lowest increase was Firestorm, and it
Oh,
got
creative
44%
effect.
increase.
Actually, now you say, I was looking at Frostbolt for Frostbolt Miner, and that's pretty fucking like they just added a lot to that. That they added like a K to the top
But you
end.
lost the projectiles.
Ooh, that's a good
Yeah.
point. That
Yeah, like you don't
is
have the
actually
threshold
fucked.
anymore. Like the whole threshold thing kind of rubs me off the wrong way because now you're gonna have to use LMP.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they used that on Fireball, did they not?
LMP on Fireball.
I think they used GMP. I
Yeah,
remember.
you did.
Um,
But use something else for single
fuck.
target. I was using
Yeah,
GMP
Pyro.
Fireball in Legion League. That's what I league started.
Yeah, I mean that's probably pretty good still. No, actually, it's probably correct. But the way these work, right, is let me just look at the mine thing.
You
Here.
could
It's
use
like pretty fucking
pinpoint.
brutal. Like where's high impact?
Yeah, it went from like the less multiplier is pretty big now. I need to open this
Yeah, it's
as well.
half now. It used to be a quarter. That's like pretty rough. That's like way worse.
Yeah, but is it all like it's still more damage considering
Is it?
the spells got buffed, right?
Let's look at fireball. Fireball. I mean, actually, yeah. That's yeah. It's actually that's crazy. How much damage they
Yeah,
added to fireball?
it's still buffed.
That's nuts. It's so much. Wait,
Like Fireball
is
got a
there a world in
50%
which?
buff.
Yeah, that's like crazy how much
And that's
damage they
just
added to
that's
some
just a flat, not even considering the
effectiveness. Yeah,
effectiveness. Yeah,
the thing that's like crazy to me is like
Oh,
if you actually
creative
consider
effect.
like playing like an ignite build, right? Like as an elementalist, that massive effectiveness of added damage, bro. You stick a blizzard crown on, my
yeah,
goodness,
it's
holy
so much.
fuck! It's actually so much.
But the problem with the like things like Fireball for Ignite is like you know how like EA would scale with like the with the fuses, right? Fireball
Hmm.
doesn't really have that. The only other thing that has that is Divine Ire and um what's it called? Penance Brand, basically.
Yeah, it's very true. I think the problem there I have with explosive arrows. I mean, I haven't seen you play it honestly. Like maybe I need to see you do a map.
Mm.
But isn't that kind of a little bit clunky? Like you're not gonna have 20 fuses when you're clearing the map, no?
Yeah, but you don't need anything to clear a map, honestly. Like you
And then
almost kill things without even actually having to wait for the things to explode. Your hit damage is
right,
usually like enough to kill a pack sometimes. Then it creates like
and you're
little
playing
chain reactions.
as a witch. So what's your like main movement speed? Like, is it just like kind
Yeah.
of like
Movement
okay,
speed is pretty low. We're like 100 movement speed.
right? Yeah, so that's definitely not optimal
It's
while
not like
putting
a
down totems. I
zoomer.
guess
Yeah.
you put down how many totems? Like two at a time,
But while we're running around, just one at a time.
right? Yeah, I'm just trying to picture. I guess I need to see you play it.
Yeah. It's very like you put a totem and then you're phasing all the time. So you just put a totem and you walk past. And the only time you ever go back to the pack is like if you see loot drop.
Mm, yeah.
But like since everything's happening around you, like most of the time it just ends up being like you right clicking every so often. And the right click animation is so fast because you're dropping a totem every 0.18 seconds. It's almost cancelled, right? Like you think to yourself that like a
Zana
human
has
eye
offered to
blinks
take me
in
to every
0.45
corner of
seconds.
Rayquest. I declined. I would miss my fish too much.
Tunnel high boys tunnel.
You think you got it? 6 to 11 months. I love you, dude. So it takes like, yeah, I think speed, human, blink, 400 milliseconds. So it's 400 milliseconds, our blink speed. So if you don't notice your blink speed, I feel like that's usually how I like, something would feel like shit if it's more than 0.4 of a second, like complete shit. When it comes
I
to
mean,
like
it's
an
basically
action.
like it's like playing with the blessing boots. No, it's pretty similar. It's you're definitely gonna be like stuttering. But yeah, I mean, I've played those before.
Yeah. Like point
And on
point one
bosses,
eight is a lot faster though, because they had like 0.3 or
God
something.
created the fish.
right? Yeah. Yeah, no, seems viable. Seems good.
Yep. Ellie, thanks you for the raid. Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's very important that a
What's up,
fish
boys?
puts up a good fight.
Hope you're having a good day. We are happy people over here. Yeah, I mean, and did you get this by the way? Because there's a Reddit
God created the fish.
there's a Reddit warrior that's really. Did you see this?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's crazy. It's good.
Okay, cool. Like the so you can see everything in one go. It's really nice. Although like the
do you think?
editing, it's like scuffed. I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah, I didn't really understand the titles. What do you think about ethereal knives?
I think Ethereal Knives got kind of screwed as well. Actually, no, it's fine.
I think it still has a
Yeah,
threshold.
actually, yeah, it's fine. It kind of got the threshold as well.
It has more proj. Do you not think?
What's up,
Do you not think
Raiders?
that EK might actually be like pretty good as a clear skill now?
It was already pretty good, like EK,
God
no?
created the fish.
Well, I mean, they give it 50% more damage, so it's pretty fucking good. And they gave it 100% more effectiveness. That's pretty cracked.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, I think all spells now have the potential to be like self-cast, actually pretty decent.
Yeah. I mean, EK Nova used to be one of the best builds in the game.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's like also like what the aura stackers and stuff also use, right? So
I mean, aura stacking is like pretty fucked without those boots, bro.
aura stack is completely dead at this point.
Yeah,
Like it's
I
completely
mean,
gone. It doesn't exist anymore.
without the boots, it's pretty cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think EK might be worth looking into as well. I mean, do you reckon we can get to like 10 mil? Probably not though, right?
Yeah.
10 mil DPS. There's no way. You reckon?
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
I guess with two insane hatred scepters, maybe. Yeah.
And you
maybe.
gotta think to yourself that like effective like actual uptime is pretty bad on self-cast builds. That is the
Yeah, I
only,
mean, it's
that
kind
is
of
the
like a
only
scuff
issue.
build.
Yeah. That's the only issue
Yeah,
I have
right.
with these kind of builds.
Also, the mana cost. It's actually a really big problem with these hand cost builds as well. It's like fucking crazy high. No?
Yeah, actually now that I think about it, you're right. And also I don't know if you tried new Enduring Flask. It's really bad. Enduring Flask is really,
I
really
haven't.
bad. Yo, thank you for all the follows. I love you, boys.
Mm, should be fine with brands though.
Yeah, I feel like with brands because they have a duration, right?
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
at 30 mana cost already, you have a hard time with Enduring Mana Flask to keep up.
yeah. I guess the other thing I wanted to ask you about is so obviously your build has like an excessive amount of damage. It's got like wave 30 simulacrum damage now,
Mm.
pretty easily. But what do you reckon like the kind of like basement fucking shit is like for like most people trying to make a build? Do you reckon it's like 5 mil? Like if you wanted to do all content like Maven and stuff, and maybe not the fear, but like all the other invitations. Do you reckon 5 mil in a tanky character would get you through it?
I did an SSF and I have like 4 mil. I did Series 8 with it. It's okay. It's not something that I'd be like, holy, it's like, it's okay.
Yeah, right. Okay, so
Like,
you really want like 10 mil?
like 4 or 5 mil, it's fine. Like, you can get by. Like, you have
Yeah,
100, you have cap suppression, you have 30k armor, 40k evasion. The only thing is like you don't have amazing recovery, but just take the the flask pantheon. You're pretty good in regards to like compared to like 99.9% of all builds. Like 4 to 5 mil is like, yeah, you're fine, but it's nothing that you're gonna be like, this is insane. When you get to like 10 mil, then you start feeling like you're just destroying the game, right? This is where you want to be.
yeah. I mean, 10 mil is insane. It's ideal.
Like 4 mil, I would say is like around where, like, if you're below that, you're kind of like starting to feel kind of scuffed.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the waterline.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then defense. I noticed like a lot of your builds like generally have about per like 50k of everything except chaos. Maybe Fizz is a bit higher without more shell on.
Yeah, you like chaos. I have to fix that. That's like chaos comes with at such a high price generally in trade league.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
I guess you could use like a chaos flask, like in a series promise even.
Are you not worried about like being a little bit uncomfortable without using a shield? Like I when I was playing CF with the bow, it's kind of uncomfortable. Like you can't like tank serious die beams until your gear is literally fucking insane.
This build has spell suppression though.
Yeah, I suppose it's true.
Yeah, like I understand like what you mean. Shields are amazing, but with these defenses, it's not a problem. Like, and it took ages to get to this iteration. Before this, it was terrible. Like, and the solution is literally get spell suppression and get like, I'm not running a single damage aura currently on the build because I value
Yeah.
like defense that much. But I know that like I'm gonna make this build and then if people copy it, they're gonna go like Wrath, Malevolence, and they're gonna be like 50 mil damage in endgame.
And get one shot.
Yeah, I get one shot, the classic.
Yep, gotta love it. Yeah, sweet. I'll let you get to practice then. That's good intel. Thanks for the chat, dude.